YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for joining me on this special video. Tonight is Sunday. It is August 31st, a day before we begin week 2 as we dive into our Louisiana Monroe coverage. Alabama coming off a 31-17 loss to Florida State. They opened up surprisingly as a 38.5 point favorite over Louisiana Monroe. On Monday, you'll hear from Coach Kalen, DeBoer, Ryan Grubb, and Kane Womack. We'll bring those videos here to Bama on Football on YouTube. Tonight, I just basically want to have some dialogue and try to figure out how to fix Alabama football. What are some early ideas and what are realistic ideas? You know, I think we've had time to vent, to be upset, but damn, this is the reality of where we're at. And I don't think there's a lot of people that are happy. So I have a poll inside the comment box. How do you fix Alabama football right now? I heard that Coach Kalen DeBoer has a $60 million buyout, $70 million buyout. Like, it's a ridiculous large buyout, right? So you're not going to just fire him. I don't think Alabama can afford to do it, right? So what I put is like realistic options, all right? I don't know. The new defensive coordinator, all right? New quarterback. Starts with Coach Kalen DeBoer, or I don't know, we cooked, all right? So before we start the video, I want to introduce a new sponsor, all right? So this is Sleeper. I personally use Sleeper for fantasy football. It's a very good app. I think it's top of the line. You know, I wouldn't bring anything else to you guys if I didn't think it was top of the line. So let me read this out real quick. Sleeper is the best way to experience and connect sports together. It's a one-stop shop for all your sports needs. You can celebrate and chat games in real time. Other users get the fastest scores, blazing fast news alerts right to your fingertips. Play fantasy leagues and win real money on pick contests. So you can enjoy sports the way we are meant to, which is together. Download the app Sleeper and remember to check out and use the promo code, which is RTR, and get a $100 deposit and match up to $100. So the Sleeper code is RTR. Please support our sponsor. This is our new interface for the season. So same show, same old G right here, Bama Football on YouTube. 0-1. We are yet to win a game, but I am hopeful, I guess, that things do change. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So I appreciate you guys being here. And yeah, we got the W with our friends out in Sleeper for sure. So I don't know if I saw you guys earlier today. I put out a video that talked about the Pro Football Focus grades. You guys see that video? And I'll start at the top and we can have some dialogue. And please get inside the vote as well. And right now, I think a realistic approach, and I 100% agree. It starts up top with Coach Kalen DeBoer, 1 trillion%. All right, but you can't get rid of him, okay? But you can try to fix the defense. But before I get there, let me run through a couple things and just to provide some dialogue. All right. Okay, and thanks for the super chat. And this pairs well with where we will start. All right, so Ty played a good game. Was not the quarterback's fault. Offensive line was terrible, and Kane Womack, he's got to go quick. All right, so look, and feedback is definitely welcomed in this, all right? As always. Okay, let me ask you this. Did Ty play his ass off in that game? Yes, 1,000,000%. I think this guy has a heart of a warrior. I really do. He didn't quit. He played hard the entire game, okay? Now, is he the most talented quarterback? I think that's yet to be seen. I think that he was average. I think there's things that he needs to work on. It was a high volume of opportunities that he did have. But I do have my questions about Ty Simpson, okay? And I think that the coaches should as well. All right, so let me read off some stats, right? So you got Ty Simpson in his first game on the road, 62.1 Pro Football Focus grade, all right? He was 23 of 43 passing, 254 yards, right? Now, I thought that he did connect with Jerry Bernard a couple times on some deep passes that were pretty good. But the problem is I thought his deep ball accuracy was off. And look, I'm not going to let the offensive line get off, okay? I'm going to bring you the numbers, but let's talk about Ty Simpson for what it was and for what we saw. This number down here, 3 of 14 under pressure Yo, I watched a lot of college football. I'm watching this Miami game right now, okay? Actually, I'll turn it on in my studio right here and see what that game is. Is Miami still winning this game? I feel that there's been other quarterbacks that I saw during the college football weekend that were able to throw on the run. He should be able to throw on the run more efficiently. Now, he did have some drops. I agree. But let me ask you this and be 100% honest. Look, these are pros. These guys are getting paid millions of dollars, okay? They're not like high school kids, and they're not, minor. You could talk about these. These are grown men that make more money than you or I combined, all right? These are pros, all right? So let's call it for what it was. Let me ask you this, okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you assess the play of Ty Simpson? Scale of 1 to 10. Be honest. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with me. I don't care. I want to know, all right? Because I think the coaches are like, look, he did some things that were really positive. He thinks he's got to work on some things, but damn, the offensive line, if your tackles are getting eaten up, yo, like, what you going to do? All right? So, while I turn this Miami game on, let me know what you think on a scale of 1 to 10, like we always do, what you think of Ty Simpson. So right now, 6, 7, 6, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll probably be right there. I'll give him a 6, okay? I think, and people were saying that they saw him cry. Did you guys see that? I didn't personally see him cry. Someone said they saw that. I don't think he was crying. What did you do? Who came up with that? 7-7 Notre Dame and Miami. All right, so 3 Broswell. Jay, the GOAT, says 7, 4, 5. It seems like the average, if we were to do something out, it would be like 6. All right, so that's what it was. Now, how many games does this guy win? I mean, clearly he's not the only guy on the team, but I don't know. It wasn't like overly impressed with what I saw. I thought, okay, that's good. Oh, got to work on that. Oh, that was good. Oh, got to work on that. Oh. It was just the whole game was like that. The pressure was like this, okay? These guys were coming at the tackles. Yo, okay, let me ask you about this. Caden Proctor, man, this guy has 88 bottles of cologne, okay? And he's 6'7", 370. Yo, I saw guys picking him up and pushing him back. He allowed six pressures. Yo, Wilkin Formby allowed 4. 6 plus 4 is what? Say it inside the comment box. It's 10, all right? So that's a lot of pressures. Man, it's coming from the outside. I saw Gino get challenged. I saw Cam get challenged as well. But that's where the pressure was coming from, is the outside. And you know what was really frustrating about this? We didn't really see these guys come after him that much. It was more that they were rushing just 4 against Alabama's 5. Oh, man, what do you think about, do we have, well, I'm not taking calls tonight. No, I don't have the energy for it. But I'll take calls a lot probably this coming week, all right? So, I just feel, let me ask you this, and I'll start another poll, okay? Do we here at Alabama, all right, have, and by the way, 39% of you say, it starts with DeBoer, 37% say Kane Womack, and 216 people have voted. 8% say new quarterback. Looks like you guys have had time to kind of, go through that. And then 16% say, I don't know, we're cooked. I'll start a new poll right here, and let me ask you this. Does Alabama have an issue with the offensive line? And I'll put a parentheses on tackles. I mean, this should be pretty easy for us to assess. I think we do. I think that Caden Proctor, hopefully he gets a little bit better. Holy cow, that was one of the most ridiculous catches I just saw. Did you see this? Are you watching this Miami game? Holy cow. That was crazy. You're going to see it everywhere. That was a dirty touchdown catch. I think you have an issue at the tackle position. I really do. And I don't know who's behind those tackles in terms of the depth, all right? We talked about this a little bit today. I'll go over this real fast. This is from Pro Football Focus. You can see that Ty Simpson is 1 of 2 up here, over 0 for 2. And this is deep balls, right? 20 yards downfield. it seemed like he had a deep ball issue. But again, the guy was running for his life. He looked like the gingerbread man running all over the place, man. I felt bad for him, but you got to be able to throw on the run. I've seen a lot of quarterbacks do it, this weekend. 4 or 5 over the middle, 1 for 4, 1 for 2, 6 of 8 under 10 yards. That's what it was. Ty Simpson played in 75 snaps, 62.1 grade out. So that's what we got for Ty Simpson. Okay, real quick, before I move on from the quarterbacks, do you feel inside the comment box that we need to look at another quarterback sooner than later? Yes or no? New quarterback at Alabama. Do we need to look at Austin Mack? Do we need to look at Kalen Russell? Yes or no inside the comment box. I'm going to say no right now. All right? I'm going to say no. If there's opportunities in this other game, which clearly, they're favored by 40 points, we can't buy into any of that. God bless, that catch was crazy. I think you stay with Ty, and you see if you can get some momentum in this next game. Now, obviously, you're going to have opportunities within this next game to see, some other quarterbacks and see how they fare. But damn, look, I know it's a silly video game that I played, but man, I go with somebody who can give the offense momentum. And just because you play someone else doesn't mean you have to completely bench them for the rest of the year. But damn, you need momentum. This team looks deflated. This team looks lost. This team looks lackluster. You know what? I'm about to say something, and it's sad to say because I covered the Alabama Crimson Tide. Yo, I'm dead serious. I watched a lot of college football this weekend, and I don't know how many teams Alabama is better than that I saw. And I'll go over the big games. They're not better than Ohio State. They're not better than Texas. They're not better than Clemson. They're not better than LSU. I don't think they're better than South Carolina. I don't think they're better than Miami. I don't think they're better than Notre Dame. Those are the games I played. No, this is not a call-in show. All right, but thank you, Case. Thank you so much, dog. Oh my God, I appreciate it so much, bro. Thank you. Oh, holy shit. Thank you, Case, for the super chat, man. Thank you. Case with the Hundy says this: if you think Ty was the problem, you need to get your eyes checked. Yes, he didn't play perfect, but it's his debut game, right? It's his debut, and the offensive line was terrible, and of course he isn't comfortable in the pocket. There barely was a pocket. Players were slow, all right? He says, he continues, no energy. Oh, I guess the super chat, it cuts off. No energy, and they quit. Mack needs to go. I do feel, well, number one, Case, I love you, dog. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's amazing, bro. But I feel that they were deflated. And this is the thing that really bothers me is I'm hearing way too many coaches, I'm hearing way too many players call their shot against Alabama and then make it happen, right? Or saying they're the aggressor, right? We were more physical. We are the team that wanted it more. Damn, man, that's why I moved. I moved here to Tuscaloosa to follow that dog mentality. I uprooted my family to come over here to follow this team, and the standard was at such a pinnacle. You know what I'm saying? And the fall off and the culture change, you could feel it, man. It's scary and it's sad, but it's week 1. You know what I'm saying? So let's take it for what it was, and hopefully you get some momentum in these next 2 games. But as I said, I don't think that you switch quarterbacks yet. I think you let Ty see if he can get some momentum, right? And see if we can get cooking that way, right? All right. We look at the running backs. And, again, thank you so much, Case. I really appreciate the super chats. Thank you so much, man. And, man, can I get a thumbs up inside the comment box for Kevin Riley? Yo, this guy was fantastic. And again, I'll probably be on for 30 minutes tonight, maybe a little bit more, and then I'll have my full show back at 10 tomorrow. But damn, yo, Kevin Riley's a G. Kevin Riley, yo, and he's out of Tuscaloosa County. I didn't know Kevin Riley would be that good. I heard that Coach Kalen DeBoer said he had the most shift. He's good. He's very good. And that's the type of speed that you need, is somebody that can run between the tackles and run north or south. It has a little bit of shake to them. But, damn, I was like, oh, Kevin Riley. And that first drive, it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. 16 plays, 75 yards. You know what I'm saying? And, damn, like, I wonder, and stay with me here, okay? So Alabama scores, okay? That was a dominating drive. Beautiful. Even in the red zone call, when they had Josh Cuevas kind of motion across and tie him for a 2-yard touchdown, that was an NFL-type play, okay? Now, when Florida State scored and made it 7-7, I don't understand why Ryan Grubb kind of went away from the run and turned it into like a street fight. Like, you just keep running the ball and keep playing your game, right? Chance, what's up, Chance? Chance says this with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. Says offensive line needs to tighten up, but none of that matters if the defense can't stop anything. 100%. 100%. Yeah, thank you so much for the super chat. We'll talk about the defense in just a minute. Daniel, I don't think I saw your super chat, man. Let me see. I'll go through. Yeah, I don't think I got the super from you, Dan. Let's see. Let me scroll up one more time. If I missed it, I'm sorry. There's a lot of comments on here, so my bad, dude. I don't see it, Daniel. Damn, my bad. I didn't see the super chat on my screen. But Daniel, yeah, thank you for your super chat, man. I really appreciate you. Richard Young thought he looked good. Low volume, 9 for 26. Daniel Hill, 3 of 9. My only criticism on Daniel Hill would be like that. It seemed he's a little bit slow. Nicholas, thanks for the super chat, dog. It seemed, you need to get going. He's a big dude. I believe in him, but he's kind of slow. At least that's what it looked like to me. All right. Jay Washington, by the way, played in 4 snaps. But Kevin Riley, get him the football more, right? And I felt that this is kind of where he excelled. It's just right here, right between the tackles. Cam Dewberry got a hat on this guy. He was able to make this player miss, and he's able to get up for like a 12-yard gain or whatever it was. So Kevin Riley doing his thing. Here's a look at the Alabama running backs going into week 2. And the snap counts, you had 25, 29, 12. And A.K. Dare, I don't think he played against Florida State. All right. Okay, the tight ends. You know what was a real question mark for the tight ends? I didn't see Danny Lewis play. I don't know if he played. I didn't see him on the Pro Football Focus stat count. Maybe I was missing. Did anybody see 87 play? Josh Cuevas played 65 snaps. He caught a nice pass. It went 27 yards. He caught the ball and kind of, bulldozed his way. I still don't feel, in my opinion, that Alabama has an overly dynamic tight end. Do they need one? I don't know. Caleb Edwards got in for 18 snaps and has a grade of 46.6. That's the tight ends for Alabama. The receivers, the big 3, there's a lot to go over here, okay? And on the show, we have to talk about these players as they're professional football players. Every single one of these guys is a millionaire, okay? All right, they're not little kids. You don't have to protect them. They know what they signed up for, okay? We need more production out of this guy once he gets healthy. Guess he's out with the concussion. A lot of people are talking about Ryan Williams. Okay, a lot of people are talking about him. I'm sure he knows that. Jeremiah Smith had drops. Ryan Williams had drops. He needs to turn it around whenever he is healthy. Clearly they need to figure out a way to get this guy going because he is the guy. And the crazy thing was he almost had that catch where he caught it on the dude's back like a pro throw, right? That was crazy. So now with Ryan Williams, you opened up a lot of things for Jeremy Bernard, right? And I saw this guy stock blocking, right? He made a nice block downfield, but he opened up a lot of opportunities for Jeremy Bernard. Jeremy Bernard, 70 snaps, highest Pro Football Focus grade, over 150 yards receiving. Isaiah Horton, I don't know, something happened with his leg, or I don't know. I don't think it was anything major, but only 23 snaps and I think 1 possession, right, or 1 reception. I don't know what happened to this guy. I ain't see him out there. I ain't see him play. Rico Scott had 47, right? And a grade of 60.5. Jalen Hale played in 5 snaps. Lazier Brooks played in 9 snaps. Kurt, inside the comment box, says this. team take on the personality of their coach. When the head coach has no emotion on the sideline, it's contagious. 100%. I agree with you 100%, man. That's why you need, look, here in the SEC, the coaches are sharks. They're dogs. You have to be the absolute alpha. You can't be friends with your kids. You can't be friends when you are a coach. I don't know if he's a friend, with the guys, but man, it's like, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. The lack of emotion, it does bother me as a fan watching the game. But, people do like his steadiness because he's able to stay steady. But damn, man, like, you got to have that fire in the belly. I grew up kind of in an older time, I guess, when coaches got onto your ass, and that was just how it was. Like, you respected your coach like you respected your mom, your dad, and your grandpa. More like your grandpa. When your grandpa told you something, did you ever talk back to your grandpa? No, because you knew your grandpa did not play around, period. You're going to get the belt. 100%. I was terrified of him. And it was because he just demanded respect, and he had, like, that was kind of the standard, right? I don't really see that. Jalen M'Baku played in 1 snap. Bubba Hampton, I don't think he made the trip. And Derek Meadows played in 7 snaps. Yo, the offensive line, okay? You guys, I asked, 259 votes. Do we have an issue with the offensive line, with the tackles? 93% yes. Oh, man, this is bad. This is bad. It just is, and I'm not trying to scare you guys and, Kyle jumped off Alabama's wagon, all this other stuff. It was bad, all right? The tackles were getting pushed around. You have Caden Proctor, who I 100% like believe in, but he hasn't performed to the level that we need him to be at. That Jack's Head. Auburn fan here, feeling like Joker without Batman. What's up, dog? Good to see you, man. Thank you for the super chat. He needs to perform at a higher level, much, much higher level. I believe that he could be a top pick in the NFL draft, but he has never played to that standard. Never. Okay? And this guy, I think you have an issue still here. I really do. Now, it's early. It's 1 game. It's 75 snaps. But I saw what I saw. All right? I saw what I saw. Geno Vandermark, 80.4 in pass blocking. Parker Brailsford. Yo, you might have to have this dude run the ball. Who saw this guy running the football? Did you guys see that? Did you guys see Parker Brailsford? Yo, Parker Brailsford looked like the 4th best running back on the team. Oh, man. Kurt says, man, he was chewing his fingernails. I don't who was chewing his fingernails. I missed that. But I didn't miss Parker Brailsford running the ball. Holy shit, man. He looked good, right? All right. Defensive tackles, James Smith, Jeremiah Beeman, Kelby Collins, Edric Hill. I put their overall snaps are just against the run. They played more snaps during the game, like around 50, but I put them against the run. They really had no pass rush. I don't understand why Alabama doesn't have more of a pass rush. It's kind of always been like a thing, right? And then if you want to be able to beat Bama, you just run at these dogs, right? Like, that's it. You run at them. And I saw them get bullied. They look slow. I had to tell you, it seemed like Florida State was like more athletic than Alabama. Did it seem like that? Look, I think it, but okay. Number one, Florida State is a good team. That has nothing. This Florida State team has nothing to do with the 2-10 team of last year, other than having the same coach. They just went out and got better players. All right. But that's not like the 2-10. Florida State's good. I have no idea how many games they win or whatever, but that's a good team. And I think they would beat Alabama if they played again. This was sad. Yo, did you see this? Gelato in with the super chat. Did you guys see this? This was the last touchdown of the game. It was demoralizing because they just ran it right down Bama's throat. They bullied them. I didn't like it. Gelato says the coaches put too much pressure on the O-line and the quarterback. 50 dropbacks on the road is crazy. Thanks for the super chat, dog. I really appreciate you, man. Gelato, good to see you, bro. This was unacceptable. And then Gus Malzahn with the 2 reverses. I think you had 2 reverses in this game that went for over what? 100 yards? It was the same play. Just ran the different sides of the field. All right? They bullied him. Did you see that one play where where Justin Jefferson was like wrapped around that dude and the guy was just like carrying him? Oh, come on, man. These guys need to get inspired. The bandit position, LT Overton. This is just in pass run defense, 72.1. I don't know what's happening here. He didn't play. So no idea. Jordan Nod played in 14 snaps. I don't think this guy played either. The wolf position, Quay. I don't think you had a sack, right? You have a quarterback sack. John Latham, I don't know if he got hurt or whatever. Yanzi Pierre, he's big. These other guys didn't play. Super chat in from Seth, and he's like, why are we subbing out our preseason All-American on defense every other snap? We are subbing on defense like we have 40-year-old players. Makes no sense. Seth King, what's up, dog? I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, I have to ask you guys a very difficult question. All right. About Deontay Lawson. All right. Deontay Lawson does not – he needs more time. He doesn't look like the Deontay Lawson that is one of the best defensive players in football. I get it. Injuries happen. It's a grown man sport. Things change. What do you think about Deontay Lawson? Man, Jarvis agrees with you, man. He's like too much rotation. And we have an Auburn fan saying, am I crazy to say Bama beats Georgia? Probably right now. Probably right now. Maybe the team will use it for reverse rat poison. He's not 100%. He looks slow. Yeah, Lance says the best, man. He's a liability right now. So I think Nakai Hill Green might have got a little dinged up. We'll get an injury report from Coach Kalen DeBoer tomorrow on some of the guys that were a little bit nicked up. Justin Jefferson, he's fast. He's fast 100%. He's not the biggest inside linebacker, but he's super fast. I don't know. Do you need to – I mean, you guys are talking about too much rotation. I was just going to ask, should some of these other guys play? I don't know. But it might be concerning if Deontay Lawson isn't 100% and this guy's a little banged up. The inside backers – think about this. You want to get real scared? What if the inside backers are having an issue because Deontay Lawson's not him and Nakai Hill Green's kind of banged up? Then you go to some younger guys, and you're also missing Tim Keenan. I just continue to run the football at Alabama. Plain and simple. Especially with the defensive front that they run, right? The corners. Let's talk about the corners real quick. And these snaps are just in coverage. So they played way more snaps, but this is just against coverage. So Damani Jackson in 20 snaps in pass coverage had a grade of 60.2. ZB had 22 snaps, 68.1. I don't know if Cam Calhoun played on the defensive side. I think he played special teams. He returned that, or he recovered that fumble. But I didn't see anything else other than that. Dejon Lee, he got cooked. You guys saw that, right? Like, he absolutely got cooked. King says inside the comment box, Kalen DeBoer doesn't understand the psychology of the run game. Yeah, I mean, and there's some crazy numbers floating around right now about Alabama statistically. We'll talk about that in the back end. Like, one of them that trips me out. This is crazy. In the last, since Coach K, this is gonna freak you out. Since Coach Kalen DeBoer, let me stop the music. Whoosh. Since Coach Kalen DeBoer has taken over at Bama, Alabama is 2-7 on the road. 2-5. 2-5 on the road. Isn't that crazy? That is absolutely crazy. All right, let's see what our boy Douglas says. Douglas, what's up, man? He says, man, I'm absolutely sick. I feel worse about this loss tonight than I did last night. Not sugarcoating it. It could probably be looking like a 7-5 season this year if we don't get things changed fast. 100%. I have a video out there that's talking about kind of a 7-5 look. And I kind of just put it out there to see maybe it'll get inside Alabama's locker room or something like that. Maybe I could inspire them. I don't know, but damn. Okay, Dejoun Lee got absolutely cooked. You saw that, right? I don't understand the whole situation, but Dejoun Lee was caught out there with Squirrel White, and it was not good. You know what? Zay Mincy was kind of out of position a lot of times too, I felt. Did you feel that way? And did you see, oh my goodness, did you see this? This was really sad to see, all right? Did you see Bray Hubbard? There's a clip. I think it's the film guy. You know, the film guy does really good work. He breaks down all the schematics and stuff. He's a G, dog. There's some incredible YouTubers out there, man. He's one of them. Pate's obviously the man, and the film guy's good. So he showcased Bray Hubbard running. Did you see this? And he was like just jogging down the field. Did you see this? I saw it. Couldn't believe it. I saw it today. I was like, damn, what the hell? So kind of the lack of effort. I'm sure the coaches, I would imagine, are going to get after him, and rightfully so. But he was like jogging down the field. I couldn't believe it, man. I really couldn't. Keon Sabb made a good tackle in the backfield, a tackle for loss, and then he missed a tackle too. Zay Mincy, I felt he was out of position a couple times. So this play, remember this one? When you had, it was basically like a wheel route. So here's Tommy Castellanos, right? Looking at the running back. Zay Mincy bit in Deontay Lawson out of place, and then it turned into this number 12 running as fast as he could. It seemed like they were just faster than, right? Did it seem like they were faster than Alabama, right? They did. Their guys were fast. Tommy Castellanos was fast, dude. Man, that dude was fast. Here's Zay Mincy huffing and puffing. And this dude was, I can't remember who caught him. Was it? It might have been Bray up here on the pursuit angle. I don't know. He didn't score on this play. Special teams. Connor Talty, this guy gets in, and he missed a 53-yarder, right? And then he made a 40-yarder, right? Low key, you know what? This guy. Look, I mean, we had questions about our punter. This guy, he had some punts. He had 3 punts for 144 yards, right? A 48-yard average. So looks like we got a punter. Let's see what Jarvis has to say. Jarvis says 1 game in, and it's already time for a come to Jesus meeting. I think so. I wouldn't be shocked if the players, like if I was a leader on the team or a captain or whatever, I'd be like, yo, team meeting tonight. No coaches, no nothing, no social media, no nothing. You come over to the field house or wherever, and you listen up. And no more relying on the old players from the past, okay? No more players from the past coming to, like, save the day and saying that everything is going to be okay, right? No players saying, like, hey, this is the standard, and these are the old stories. Yo, this ain't the same place anymore. It's so far from that. You can't, and that's only providing like a false ideology of like what could be. That ain't it anymore, right? It's fun to like think about and to reminisce, man, but it's not like that anymore. And it's the players now are never going to be able to understand that type of mentality because they already got paid. Period. Right? They don't have to, they're not week to week. They're not, it's a whole different level. These guys already have millions of dollars. They have beautiful houses and beautiful cars. They don't give a shit. I mean, I'm not saying all of them, but that could be a part of the mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like if you already got paid, come on, you already got paid. There's no Clubber Lang in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? I saw some videos earlier today, like out on social media. Man, they like those old teams, man, they were like starving, right? Starving. So maybe you have a come to Jesus meeting tonight. You get everybody together and you're like, yo, this needs, like, we're changing right now, and we're taking it out on each other at practice. We got to, fix it. Defensively, Kane Womack needs a wake-up call. Coach Saban's still getting paid $500,000 a year. Talk to him. Figure it out. Just be like, look, Coach, I have to admit something to you. Okay, yeah, Kane, what is it? I don't know how to stop the run. Okay, I admit it. I need help. I don't know what to do, how to stop the run. Coach Saban's like, okay, thank you. I'm glad that you're aware of that. Now let's fix it. Hitting up Coach Saban, you up? This is scary, okay? These two stats are scary. All right, so these are my last things. Josh Pate, the great Josh Pate, said the Alabama in the last 10 games is 5-5. Isn't that crazy to you? 5-5 in the last 10 games. That is crazy. And Coach Kalen DeBoer is, what is he, 9-6 in his last 15 games? And then Alabama is 2-5 on the road since Coach Kalen DeBoer took over. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I saw Justice Saints. He went crazy. He went crazy against the New Mexico Lobos, but he did look nice. He did. He looked nice. Let's see. I'm really grateful our fan base isn't trying to make this okay. We got out-coached and outplayed in every phase. 100%. And that's not the standard. That is not here, right? Like, that is not this. Like, this is Alabama. You don't get out-physical. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say anything, but, like, this Alabama football channel, this is the biggest college football channel, like, independently that there is. It's Alabama football, okay? I think there's a Texas one that just hit 100,000, or might two of them. But this is like the big dog, right? Because it's Alabama football. Stop relying on Nick. He can't save us. 100%. He can't. But maybe Coach Womack, just from a defensive perspective, could give him one more something on defense. I'm going to tell you a nugget, okay? I'm going to tell you a nugget. It seems these athletes now want glory without grit. Yeah, I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much, Dan Carroll. I'm going to tell you something, a true story, okay? All right, true story. So this summer, I was doing some community service work here in Tuscaloosa. It was for arts and autism, okay? I took my son out there, and I was talking with somebody that used to work for Coach Saban. Now, he was not hired on the carryover to Coach Kalen DeBoer's team, right? He had kind of a support role, right? It was on the defensive side of the ball. Now he does something else. And I was talking to him, and he was like, yeah, I don't think it's an issue with the players that they have. He was like, I have my reservations about Alabama from the defensive perspective schematically, in terms of the type of defense that Alabama is running last year and this year. He said that. This was like during the summertime. And I was kind of thinking about that as Florida State continued to just pound the rock against Alabama. You know what I'm saying? So I think those are things to certainly think about. And it's kind of the same thing, the way that they lost to Oklahoma, the way that they lost to Vanderbilt, the way that they lost, or Tennessee was a different deal. But Florida State, I mean, did what they wanted to do. Mario Gates says this: we have the talent and the players to win against anybody. Florida State players didn't look better than us. They were just more determined. Mindset has to change. I felt that, man, Mario, I appreciate the super chat. It felt that Florida State was running faster. It felt like Florida State was like a better team, right? I don't know. It was weird. It's strange to see Alabama like kind of lesser than, right? So that's where but I'll be back tomorrow on the show. Again, I want to encourage everybody, all our fans up in here, to definitely check out Sleeper. It's the best way to experience and connect sports together. It's a one-stop shop for all your sports needs. You can celebrate the chat on games in real time. The other users get the fastest scores, blazing fast news alerts right at your fingertips, play in fantasy leagues, win real money on pick contests so you can enjoy sports the way that they were meant to be together. download the Sleeper app. That is what I use for my fantasy teams. And throughout this week, I'll be showing you how I pick kind of more or less like we like to do here on Bama Football on YouTube. Although Ty Simpson was supposed to throw for 244, he threw for over that. Ryan Williams was supposed to catch for 71, and he was under that. In fact, I think it's been 10 consecutive games that he hasn't hit that 100-yard mark. So those are the type of things that we'll continue to track this week. Monday, you got Coach Kalen DeBoer, Kane Womack, Ryan Grubb. As you get ready for Louisiana Monroe, Alabama, 38.5-point favorite going into week 2. It's a time to turn it up. It's a time to win a football game. And last year, Alabama was undefeated at home. So hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. Thank you very much for being here on the broadcast. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. Thank you for all the super chats. I really, really appreciate it. I try to give like my honest take without like freaking out, right? Trying to go and trying to provide some questions that are worth thinking about because it is the first game of the season, right? So, all right, fam. Sleep good. Get rest. Say your prayers. And you know where to find me. 10 a.m. tomorrow, Central Time, right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Good night. Sleep well. And I'll catch you next show right here.